things such as I have a nice timepiece. It's Invicta, made to resemble like a entry-level Rolex, and it pretty much has the same qualities. I got it for less, but I think it's runs around 300-400 retail. And just as an example, there's certain things you can't, shall we say, replicate, like a Rolex with a diamond bezel, platinum. Certain things are, but the point being that the idea of socialism is to promote the concept that we're all a burden unto ourselves, and that you can't escape that. And that's actually true, because if you incarnate in your future incarnations, right, and you incarnate into, say, a poor and healthy family and situation, then guess what? Just use your life in this lifetime to maximize what you can. Maximize it. And aim to live a long time. Like, aim to have an indefinite lifespan. Why not? Why not at least try for it, right? That's why I think certain activities, like hoping others will take care of your health care, and while simultaneously eating unhealthy, and then thinking like, oh, a doctor will take care of me, I'll be okay. And then other philosophies like, oh, we're going to die eventually. People behave differently if they try to live forever, and they try to if they also believe in reincarnation. That it's a very positive experience, shall we say. And the point being that, for example, you're willing to commit humane suicide if you're unhealthy at an older age. You and your wife, for example, she won't have to be a widow. You can humanely kill her, then kill yourself promptly afterwards instead of going into care homes. I think it's a loving thing to do if you believe in reincarnation. You're willing to kill, shall we say, criminal, mentally corrupt people, and so they can reincarnate into an existence where their previous lifetime no longer exists. And so, that considered, again, it's an issue of the individual and their ability to make choices in the direction of freedom. And socialism doesn't encourage people to be more creative. It may, to an extent, but it kind of, I don't know, I just feel like I haven't been to other countries where socialism is a success. I've seen the movie Which Country Should We Invade Next? But I just have this attachment to capitalism, and I believe in putting the responsibility heavily on the individual, because then you can celebrate people who are successful, and they're successful because they had the mind to do it, and the body, and the discipline. They're not successful because they had this underlying governmental support system. And maybe for the really poor, that's a possibility. But even then, like anchor babies, and people take advantage, and like they have maybe multiple children, even if they can't afford it, knowing that there will be potentially child care, medical care, and other basic needs being supported. And what happens when those children grow up with under what their parents taught them to the system will take care of you if you need to. Instead of them teaching only buy or what you can, and only have children when you can afford to, that type of thing. So again, when I get, shall we say, like a nice Rolex day date, with some diamonds in it, I wouldn't want one if somebody offered it to me. I wouldn't want 100 G's if somebody offered it to me. I might want, so we say, $100 or $1,000 in the event that I was poor and needed something for my basic needs. But I'm talking, I want to feel like I earn my money. I want to feel like I'm rightfully earn it, and I can proudly walk around. And it's not that I'll be arrogant. In some instances you can't be flashy. Otherwise, laws of the jungle, you might get stolen from, or people might feel envious towards you because you're kind of being disrespectfully flaunting your wealth. But I'm just talking, at the opportunity, I want to, be a successful business person with my different ideas and materialize them, and be able to afford what I want. I want, a costly timepiece, for example. I want certain things in life, and I don't want it to be given to me. I want it to feel like it's a trophy on myself, like a jewelry, vacations, other luxury and amenity experiences like fancy cars and homes. That's the type of stuff where you want it to be like a trophy representative of, this is an extension of me. Not that you overly identify with it to the point where it's more important, it defines you instead of you defining yourself. Like, for example, people wanting a fast car to show that they're strong, or people want things to show that they're capable or competent. No, you at the end of the day, you want people to know you for, this person did this. They ran a great restaurant, and it positive effect on the community. They employed people, and therefore, they get these bonuses and these other perks, luxuries. And to like, for example, people get upset when, Mayor Bloomberg, he paid for, a lot of money into his ad campaign. Well, guess what? He's not asking other people to be charitable and pay for their campaign like people like Mr. Bernie Sanders. And equivalently, he employed many people. That's like a tremendous thing. Like, I would be willing to forego certain things, like maybe inappropriate comments and different things. Obviously not physical stuff, but you have to give people give other people work. Like, that's such a high echelon of like, who cares if they get paid much more or they pay themselves? It's their business. Who would want the government to interfere with that? In fact, the very people that say, oh, we should reduce salaries. And by the way, I think taxes should be equal. Not tax the rich, not tax the poor, but just everyone should pay, an equivalent amount of taxes, just to keep it clean. But to say that, oh, this person owes me, because, some type of compensation, because, they're rich,